Hi Mohamed, tell me about how you see lingua's growth from last summit to this one.
Okay. We have been growing horizontally and vertically, meaning we had several new languages, and we also revived inactive languages. So there are new like Bulgarian. There are also new languages in the making like Amharic and Czech Republic. So also reviving like Catalan, and Turkish, Filipino. So it's been expanding also in the numbers of translators. So we have like around 570 active translators in all languages, active translators, and if we included the inactive, we might reach like 1,500 or more. So in the last 2 years, I've been growing exponentially in all means.
Yeah. And how do you see the future?
Well, the future of lingua is having the English language as lingua as well. So it's like all parts should be called as global voices lingua more than global voice websites more than being a lingua. So with more we now in several languages write content in a language other than English. So so it's like a global. So it's like another version of English translated into other languages. So I think the eventually Lingua project will be merged with the Global Voices actual project, like forming a bigger Global Voices project in different. So it will be one Global Voices with multilingual versions from and to English.
That is the multilingual newsroom.
Yeah, exactly. So it will be a major newsroom with multilingual editors, running all the websites. So according to some system.
Now tell me something about Arabic lingua.
Well, Arabic lingua has been ups and downs. Sometimes where there are many volunteers that come, many volunteers go away. So, but since I worked full time as Global Voices staff, I've been like a steady increase in content from around 30 to at least 50 posts per month, and it also enabled me to have more time to be some sort of community manager, to be more closer to the team, to be developing more ideas, executing new ideas. So yeah, well, it's increasing. We have currently around 23 active volunteers and around 80 volunteers who at least made one post overall. So, for example, what we did in the last 6 months is equal to what we did in the last year. So I think we double. Since I joined Global Voices staff as a part-time Arabic editor, there was a surge increase, or double increase in Global Voice production, or Arabic language production.
Yeah. And if do you think Arabic lingua will go into that future that you seen for the rest of for the biggest linguas, or this is too early for it?
Do you mean like other websites getting bigger?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we can devise either a support editor system or having a way of multi-editors system depending on the free time of each editor, because now usually most of the less productive linguists, if I may say this expression, are in this state because of the lingua editors don't have enough time for it, and so sometimes it's hard to manage this due to various issues with respect to each language. So we can devise a system where we have multilingual editors or multi-space lingua editors. So each language has more than one editor to compensate the lack of available time for each editor. So in this way we can increase the production of each lingua website. But or else it will be very hard for a volunteer lingua editor to increase the production as long as he is not full-time.
Yeah, I understand that. But I wanted to know is Arabic is going or is into decentralized coalition?
Yes, we began recently. Not really recently. The first post we had in Arabic was in March 2011 with storming state security,
Yeah.
or maybe like after a few months. Storming state security. This was done by me. But since I'm a lingua editor, it was easier for me to communicate with the regional editor or with the content editor to approve it. And since I'm aware of the Global Voices style in writing, so it was easy to get it published. But with people who we introduced a new author who writes only in Arabic, and he doesn't have a good command in English. So this is kind of challenging but rewarding, since he's from Mauritania, and Mauritania is a country where we don't get enough coverage, or don't get any coverage actually.
Mm-hmm.
And we also in the beginning I used to translate his post to English, and then afterwards we began introducing a team of Arabic to English translators to manage the flow of Arabic posts.
Mm-hmm.
So we like me and Amira Husseini, we are forming an Arabic English newsroom.
Yeah.
Of sorts. So we're actually we share the responsibility between us. So I try to train them and to tell them how the posts are written, and she approves the content before it's published.
Okay. And how time demanding is your position now?
Well, I'm a workaholic, and when I like my job, I work all the time. So it's like all the time on my computer, and so my office is practically at home. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm home like all the time. So
Good for lingua. Well, thank you, Mohamed.
welcome.